I want to welcome you. I'm Randy. I'm out in Tammy's kitchen. I know you guys were probably expecting her to be here this evening, but as you probably, if you watched the last video, I'm going to be preparing a couple of dishes that's been passed down for a couple of generations from my grandmother. And the name of this dish, the way it was presented to me, this was called shashlik. In no way, shape, or form does this dish represent the name shashlik. I went on and I did a lot of research. I wanted to do my grandmother some justice, and I really can't, but yet I am. Because what I'm going to be sharing with you is a recipe that you've probably never seen or never heard of. I ain't never heard of this one either, but I have eaten it and it is very good. Last video, we made a marinade, all right? And we're going to be using that marinade for this dish. This is going to be so quick, so simple, and so easy because we've already done all the hard work. Do this the day before, and I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing. So come on. Okay, real simple and easy. These are going to be all your seasonings and all your mixes, already combined and ready to go. Just go watch the last video. Put a card up there in what Tammy calls La La Land. All right, we're going to need some meat, some beef. Okay, when I was growing up, we used sirloin a lot of times. Okay, and you know, you can use like New York strip, any kind of halfway decent meat. All right, today we're using cuts from a rib roast, and I'll go over that. I'm going to go over that with you in just a moment. We're going to need some fresh mushrooms. I like them whole. We need some green peppers. We need onion. We got that onion, and then Tammy's got her nifty little veggie bag she showed you the other day. We got another half an onion to eat up. We got need for some tomatoes and some rice. That's it. That's all you're gonna need. You know, Tammy, every once in a while, while she's cooking, she likes to give you some pointers and ideas, you know, about how we go about saving a little bit of money here and there, and not to be wasteful. Now, one thing that we can't do is we can't just willy-nilly run out and go buy a steak. And I know, like, when we get closer to the holidays, it becomes more, I guess, prominent in, you know, Tammy's videos. Like when we go shopping, close to Christmas, we buy a couple of rib roasts. I mean, when they go on sale, they're like $6.99 a pound. Oh, Tammy has corrected me. We got these for $5.99 a pound last year. Wow, that was unbelievable. And also, they do this on Father's Day. In fact, did we get a rib roast last Father's Day? Did we make that sale? That's probably where this came from. Okay, so but what we do is we buy a couple of these. Either you can get them at Father's Day or at the end of the year, and then we slice them up. Now, as you can notice, you know, we slice these like in a ½ inch. We don't get greedy when it comes to having a piece of meat at dinner time, especially, you know, halfway decent meat like a rib roast. We get probably like anywhere from 10 or 11 cuts out of a rib roast, cutting it like that. We have 2 of them. We get 10 out of one, 10 out of another. That's 20 steaks. Whenever Tammy feels like having one for dinner, she'll maybe cook me something, give me something else, or she'll give me one of these and she'll have something else, or we'll enjoy it together. But we're going to enjoy it in this dish right here. I don't know if I brought it up, but you know, I did a lot of research on this dish, okay? And for my entire life, it was presented to me as being called shashlik. And from the time I was a kid, from time before, I'm talking over 50 years that this dish has been in front of me and I have eaten, okay? And it's like really, really good. It's lasted all these years and it never gets left behind. It's something that we all enjoy. Our kids enjoy it. Tammy does enjoy it. I love it. I love this stuff, okay? My dad and my mom also love this dish. And as soon as they get back off their cruise, I'm going to tell them we got to rename this because this is not shashlik. Shashlik online shows it skewered, and they use lamb and they use like other kinds of cooking processes. But the way that this is going to be done is we are going to marinate this meat. We're going to cut up some veggies and we're going to throw it in the broiler and we're going to have an awesome dinner. Oh, I got to make a pot of rice too. So I'm going to show you what watching Tammy's videos will do. You'll learn how to make a pot of rice just like her. Okay, first thing we need to do is we need to go ahead and get this meat cut up. I think probably both of these together might be like 3/4 of a pound. I don't think it's maybe a pound, but that's going to be plenty enough for Tammy and I to eat. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut up. Let me grab this knife right here. I think will be okay. Not too difficult, just strips. I'll go ahead and cut that. Boy, this meat is going to be absolutely tender. I can tell just right now. I almost cut it with a butter knife raw. But if you can get your hands on some rib roast, I highly suggest doing that during the holidays and saving it. And so these are all going to be bite-sized pieces. Something you can open your mouth and get it in. Okay, so oh, you know what? What do I do with that fat, hon? Just leave it out of the dish? But, I mean, we're going to use it for something? I don't know, you know, I mean, that'd be pretty good coming off the broiler pan too. You know, so I'm just going to leave that in there. I'm going to leave all that fat attached and I'm going to throw that in the dish. Of course, Tammy and I love good fat with our meat. You know, always cut a piece off and eat it with another piece of meat that doesn't have any fat on it. Okay, now that we have the meat cut, we're going to take the meat and place it into a large Ziploc bag. Just shovel it right in there. You know, I'm not so uncertain that you couldn't do this with venison. More and more I think about it, I think venison would absolutely be wonderful made like this. And with this marinade, unbelievable. So what I'm going to do right now is we've made enough for a couple of batches. I got another dish coming up here in a couple of days or so. We don't want to eat the same marinade 2 days in a row. But I got another dish I want to document that my grandmother passed down. And I think you guys will enjoy it too. So, but I need to save the marinade for that one too. All right. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get this all zip-locked. Oh, look at that right there. Plenty of marinade, half out of that bottle for this. And we're just going to take it, we're going to mush it around. Now, we've got a lot of other things to do, but we're going to try to let this marinate like this for as long as we can. We're going to try to shoot for at least an hour. I highly recommend that you you know, make the marinade the day before, cut the meat up, stick it in the fridge, and then when you get home, you're talking about yeah, really good. Okay, next step. Boy, I just love Tammy's little food saver bag. Got a nice little picture of a whale on there. Cute. All right, but what we're gonna do is there is no set amount of onions or green peppers or mushrooms that are needed for this dish. Basically, what you're gonna do is you're going to make as many green peppers, cut up onions, and mushrooms and tomatoes as you possibly can to fill that belly, or to have whatever leftovers you want the next day. But we are just going to cut this, what Tammy calls chunky monkey. Okay? That's going to be perfect. That's just how you want it right there. Just once down the middle, just like that. And then we're going to take all this and we're going to place it on this broiler pan I have over here. And do not throw away your onion skins or your onion ends. I know if Tammy was over here doing that, she'd tell you to save that, put it in the freezer bag, and make veggie broths with it later on down the road. And so we're doing the same thing here. Except I can't shoot my own onion seams. I'm just gonna cut that down the middle. And I'm just gonna do like that. Chunky monkey. I love a good chunk of onion. And we're going to do the same thing with these tomatoes. Here's your ends. Don't forget to put that in your freezer bag. We got these tomatoes right here. And we're going to do the same thing. Okay. These are actually tiny tomatoes. So I'm probably going to cut it like that. And then cut it that way, just in quarters. And throw those on there. Like I told you, there's no certain amount. It's however much you think you're going to eat of this. And let me tell you what, once you take and eat some of this, you're not going to stop. This is definitely a 3-tripper. 3 trips back to the pan. So we get all that over on that plate. Starting to shape up, guys. Look at it. It's coming around. We got green, yellow, and red. Lots of color. Now you don't have to do all the color. It's just that when Tammy bought the bell peppers, they had different colors in the bag. I think she told me, she was up there shopping today, and I think she told me the green peppers were like 78 or 88 cents a piece or something. She said she wasn't paying that, but we have these here today. got some mushrooms. Tammy will tell you right off rip, I love my mushrooms. I do. If we ever get to it like a Chinese buffet, you know how they got that, you know, that one pan or dish, they got all the mushrooms down in that juice. Just go over and I just get a whole bowl of those and take it back to the table and eat. I got to have me some mushrooms. And so what we're doing here is same thing, you know, the chunky monkey. They're gonna cook and they're gonna cook down and they're gonna shrivel. So, you know, leave a little bit of meat on there so you got something you can stab when it comes time. Love me some mushrooms. I actually sit here and eat these things raw. Just give me some dip. We do that at Thanksgiving a lot. We have veggie plates loaded up with, you know, the carrots and the celery and the cauliflower, mushrooms. Love it, love it, love it. I don't know, I think I'm going to add this other batch on there. I don't know. How's that look? Maybe at least half of them, not all of them. But they do cook down, and you know, when I'm hunting around on the plate, usually ain't any mushrooms left. So I'm gonna make sure there's plenty for me when I get there. There ain't no right or wrong way to cut this. And I know Tammy says that a lot too. I mean, the whole idea is just to get it in the dish. But it's gonna look good. You wait. This is gonna be, oh gosh, that is just so good. I wonder how long I'm gonna have to cook all that. You know, and that's another thing. You don't want to, you know, cook this down to where, you know, everything's mush. You want something, you want it to, you know, you want it to have a little bit of firmness to it, but, you know, not raw. Does that make sense? I don't know exactly. I guess, you know, if you want to compare it to like when Tammy cooks spaghetti al dente. Almost done, not quite. All right, so we've got our veggies cut. We got a few more mushrooms. I don't think I need to have any more on there. I can actually use those in the next dish, not today. And so we're gonna let this meat marinate. And now, and it's been in there, I don't know how long, about 15, 20 minutes right now. So we might be, by the time we get done with that rice, we might be up to where we need to be to get this dinner started. Okay, what I'm gonna do right now is, I wanted you to see that, look at that. That's absolutely beautiful and gorgeous. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put all these veggies into this bowl. I'm not gonna dump this on here. I just need a little bit to do a couple pieces of other kind of meat later down the road. But I just want to kind of add some of those herbs in there. Let me put just a little bit more. That ought to do it. Dive. What? Oh, I gotta use a spoon? Tammy says I gotta use a spoon. I was kind of just gonna go right down in there and go dive. All right, so I'm just gonna toss this around a little bit right here. Oh gosh. Guys, if you could smell the herbs that are coming through the airspace and into my domain, I think I want to eat them all raw because there. How about that? Was that okay? Now, one thing you can do, I advise to make more than this because I do get a little over exuberant with it because I do like to pour extra into it. And, you know, so whatever your heart tells you when you're using that stuff, that's what you do. Right now, my heart says I got to save this, although I want to use every bit of it. But we got our veggies, we got our meat. Now what we got to do is get started on the rice. Then by the time I get that rice going, all this be ready to go in the oven. So I'm gonna light the stove. And I hope not with that match, I'm not. And if I'd had a burner lit, I'd just use a stove to relight that match, but I don't have it. So guess what? Woohoo! I guess I left the knob on while I waited for the match, right? Okay, I guess that's why it's safe to have a magneto. So we don't have that luxury here because the computer in this stove is toast. So it just don't work. All right, so I got that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get, probably should have put water in it first, but we need 2 cups of water. And I know how to do this. I am not asking Tammy for help. All right, so we're gonna put 2 cups of water in there. And I'm gonna add 1 cup of rice. Maybe I should have put the rice in the pot first so the rice didn't stick to the cup, right? There we go. 1 cup of rice. When I made rice, I made 5-minute rice. It come in a bag, you had some boiling water, threw it in the water, cooked it. When it was done, you opened it up and put it on a plate. This is going to be, it's not going to be my first rodeo, but it's pretty close. We're going to add just a little bit of salt. 1 pass. We'll put the lid on there. And we're going to wait for it to come up to a boil. All right, guys, we cooking with grease now because we on the final stretch. Look at that. Oh, maybe I should have put all them other mushrooms in there. I don't know yet, but we're going to find out after a little bit. I'm going to try to get all this on this pan. It might seem like a lot, and it is, and that's a good thing. You know why? Because there'll be plenty for me to get more. Uh-oh. I touched the food. I should have got a spoon. Spread it all out. If I get sick, it's my own fault. Let's get that thing cooking. All right, so got this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this meat over and above the veggies for now. Oh my goodness. We are going to have to get a picture of this before it goes in the oven. Oh, rice boiling. You know what you're supposed to do in that case? You got to lift the lid or it's going to keep going. I know that. Ow. Okay, we're going to turn this down to low on the rice now. Low. We're going to simmer. I don't know how you can beat this. That onion, I took a bite of one earlier. I think we're ready. All right. We love this little oven. If y'all been watching those other videos and you saw that little tiny thing we was doing, this thing right here, that is luxury right there. We can cook all kinds of stuff. Now we're gonna let that, I'm guesstimating about 30 minutes total time, I hope. It's a lot of veggies on that platter, so, or that broiler pan. But we're gonna check it after about 15, 20 minutes, and we're gonna see what we need to do. If we need to bring it out, we need to kind of roll it around a little bit. But right now, that food is calling my name. I don't know if you can see it, but we got all those little divots down in there. The water's all evaporated out. If y'all watch Tammy cook rice, that's just the way you do it. Now we're gonna turn the stovetop off, and we're just gonna let that rice sit there and let it stay nice and hot. Hey, how you like these gloves? Tammy's stepmom brought her these. They're kind of weird, but they're gonna work. But what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna pull this out, and I'm going to set it. Ooh, boy, these hot gloves like really work. You can just grab that, and we're gonna toss this. Okay, everything is coming together. Meat's getting a little brown. The veggies are cooking. We're just gonna kind of come in here and whoops. Well, I lost that veteran right there. But we're just going to move this around. We want to try to get these veggies so that they're cooking. Oh, look at all that delicious juice flowing down there. Can you see that? We're just going to kind of let that heat escape the bottom of that. That's all right. Looking good. Okay, I'm going to take my funny looking little glove. I mean, Tammy likes them. I'm going to open this up and I'm going to grab this tray. Oh my goodness. All right, doesn't this look absolutely gorgeous? Let's get it plated up. Taste test time.
You're a little late.
Come on, Tammy.
I'm already doing it.
Oh.
Oh, it's so good.
You're killing me. Now you got to take your place over here as the official taste tester.
Oh my gosh, y'all. This is so good.
Yeah,
They're so good.
Now
The veggies are just crisp tender. Like, they still got a little crunch, but then a little soft over that rice with this stuff. And what you ought to do, what I really like to do, is put a little extra of that really good concentrate. Don't go crazy. Put you a little bit on there for that really fresh, intense taste. Oh my gosh.
I should have made twice that amount.
Yeah, we probably need to make another batch.
Yeah, we got another dish that we're gonna do. Yes.
Oh, so good.
What you got to do now, we had it in there for like 20 minutes in the oven and then another 15. And really you need to cook the veggies to the point that you like them. We kind of like them al dente.
When I make this dish, I put the veggies in first. I really do. I go ahead and put the veggies in, let them cook maybe, I don't know, under the broiler, maybe 10 minutes or so. And then I put the meat. But he did a good job.
This is the way it's supposed to be made. This is the way that my grandmother and my mom showed me how to make it. So,
Well, y'all know I'm an impatient cook, so I don't do that.
yeah. No, just shove it all together, shove it in the oven, and cook her down.
Oh, it's so good.
Absolutely delicious. Where's mine? You need to make me a plate.
I make you a plate.
Yeah.
Not mine.
Okay. Like, subscribe, share. All that stuff's free. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Which should be over here when I get done with it. Or she gets.